और कि मेरे कंसोल नहीं है अभी तो ये खत्म हो गया तो अभी मैं क्या करूँ दैट्स फाइन don't you don't need to worry about it. There are enough places now in around there. Are you all from Bombay?
Yeah.
You all from Bombay? Where are you from? Andhra. I was going to say there are too many places in and around your city where you can go and play. Andhra is an exception, but but I think what you can do is get like DJ mixer, but like a portable one, not the entire console. Yeah. It's like a small one to keep doing it. Over a period of time, you don't need to do it right away. And you know, being from Ahmedabad, if you decide to stay there, the opportunities that you can have will be also limited. Yeah. So I would not suggest you to invest a heavy amount right away. You know, when you start getting those opportunities, maybe then you should invest, but don't think about investing right now. If there are no budget constraints, then it's fine. And generally, budget constraints some don't go with that.
So what is up with using keys and Ableton while DJing?
What is up?
Yeah, so how to do it? I don't know how to use Ableton while mixing, so how is it done?
So those are two different things, right? Ableton live, you keep the word live. Ableton is meant for live performance. There is a lot more that you can do with Ableton on stage. It definitely can be used to make music. A lot of you can do that in the studio. But imagine if you have made a track. Okay, your track has 30 channels. Channel number 1 is your kick, channel number 2 is a clap, channel number 3 is hi-hats. You get the idea, right? So there are multiple channels in your project and there are multiple elements all loaded on every channel. You can take this entire thing on the stage with the help of push 2. Push 2 is a piece of hardware which Ableton has made, right? So what you do is, instead of playing a track the way it is, you start performing it live. You can trigger a kick or a drum sequence from your one track and mix the vocal of your second track and trigger effects at the same time on a third channel. So Ableton gives you those possibilities. Now this is only related to music, so there's a lot that you can do on the fly using Ableton Live and Push 2 while playing. You can also sync your lights and your visuals to all the tracks. So the minute you trigger one one band, it could trigger a certain light and could trigger a certain visual. So it's an audio visual performance that you can perform on the fly, on the stage, with the help of Ableton Live and your Push 2. ये सब कनेक्ट होता है मिक्सर के साथ.
Isn't it too basic because kick claps there? How will you?
Give me an idea because you don't have tracks. I mean, there's people don't do that. People do a lot more. A lot of techno artists, techno DJs, and a lot of just generally a lot of DJs who play minimal house, for example. They do a lot of things live, right? Because since you guys have heard of techno, you play techno, you have heard of minimal house, you understand the rhythm sections are very similar, right? It's at a certain BPM, sort of a loop that goes on. So then you have the possibility of mixing and matching a lot of things from different tracks. So think about the mashups that you create in the studio, but if you had to do it live, it's a different fun way, right? Imagine there is one drum loop, just where you can keep changing the bass lines. The people can keep going back. Then there's a build up, and then the drop comes, the bass line is different. There's so many possibilities. What you're not able to conceptualize is try and imagine the entire visuals and the lights are synced to whatever you do. The type of the rhythm you play, the visuals and the lights change. So that's an experience that you create with Ableton Live and Push 2, which is otherwise very difficult to do. Now when DJs go, they travel with a light engine. They have a certain set of visuals which play, right? The light engineer would trigger the lights according to the track, but you would do the same from your computer with the help of Ableton Live and Push 2. So it has the capabilities and the possibilities are endless. there are lots of third-party integrations. There's Max for Life in Ableton Live, for which you can do a lot of these things. But वो key से भी वो हो सकता है, trigger pads भी हो सकता है, push to के साथ भी हो सकता है. You have a trigger pads. When you trigger, it could trigger a channel in Ableton Live immediately. It could trigger a scene. So there is a track playing. On top of that, that could be another track or a vocal that could be. So you understand it. If you're playing an instrumental track and you have a vocal, but you want to trigger that, you can just trigger that with a trigger pad connected. So that's a different. That's level 2, level 3, level 4 of live performance. And
Would that be a differentiator?
100%. But to be able to do that, you need to have your own tracks. See, if you are performing somebody else's music, you do not have the complete control. You could get the stems, but still, you won't be able to control it 100%. Right? But having your own tracks, having your own edits, your own mashups, your own remixes, and having a live setup it's a live set. Very few people in the world are able to do it properly. People who are able to do it, you must have seen a lot of ads, right? Those are killer. What of those are being also as their ad state, just a live performance. So the entire synchronization between the lights, visuals, and the music is, if you can get that right, it creates an experience. And when you go to a festival, for example, Lollapalooza, a super song that just happened, right, 2 days ago. You're going to a festival not only to listen to music, but to get an experience. There's a certain experience that you can get at a festival that you can't get in a club, right? There's a certain way the entire thing is built. There's a certain look of the stage. There are certain visuals to the artist. The whole experience which is created by the festival and the artist is what makes it special. Now, if your favorite act is going to perform at a club versus at a festival, you would definitely select going to a festival. You know, because that experience is going to be different. The artist can do multiple things to create that experience. So you guys should definitely look into it. But again, my sincere advice is, even if you're not creating original music, start learning a DAW on your own. YouTube is full of free tutorials. Doesn't take rocket science to know how to operate a DAW. But when you start using a DAW, there are lots of edits and all that you'll be able to. अभी तुम लोग DJing कर रहे हो ना, तो तुम लोग का creativity limited है. But the minute you exploit yourself to a DAW, and then when you go back to DJing, you'll get a lot more ideas. Okay, oh shit, you know, this is something which I was doing in my DAW. And what if I take this track and do this, you know? So there's a lot of ideas that will come to you when you know how the dub works. And that is important because that will make you more creative. The more creative you get, your sets are going to be more creative. That increases your chances of performing at a club, at a venue, any kind of thing.
So recently there was a remix contest for Mike Williams for his track Dreams Come True. So I made a remix for that, and the track is basically like a थोड़ा सा popish track है. The drop is not very, you know, we can play it in a festival like that. But I have made a remix which is kind of, we can matches the vibe of Future Bombs का जो style है. It's a bit chill, matches the vibe of the song, but थोड़ा सा ऐसा festival में जाएगा, something like that. So how do I send it and get support to the artist?
So you have participated in a remix competition.
No, I've downloaded the stems, but I realized it like 3 days before the competition ended, so I couldn't.
So the best, I mean, the reason why these guys they throw these competitions is so that you can make a remix and submit it. When they organize a remix competition, somebody from their team, if not the artist himself, would definitely go through all the remixes because they want to put out the top 3, top 5 remixes, right? So that's one of the best ways to do it. Now, if you have missed that window, you could probably try and find an email of that artist or management or the label and send to them. That's the only two ways that you can do it.
So what is the best way to find the email? Is it a website or?
Website पे रहता ही रहेगा. You go to the Facebook, they have a contact at their management or something.
So So if I go to Mahi Films Facebook, I'll find the management ka link or
Yeah, mostly 9 out of 10 artists they have some or the other email. Now, when you find an email which clearly says that this is for management and bookings only, don't send them your demo. They're going to check
You
because you
usually
know.
find these kinds of emails.
So email them asking you if there is an email for a demo. So it's simple. Like अगर इधर लिखा है bookings के लिए है उधर demo भेजने तो मतलब नहीं है. But again,